Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long, want you all night, 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 want you all night. Tell me why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Baby, now I'm feeling lost without you, and I just can't be without you, baby. Want you all night long, want you all night long. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love, all your love. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, baby. Give me all your love, all your love, all your love.
Hello guys, and welcome to today's stream. How are you all doing? Thank you all for joining today. So this is Monaco for you guys that have not seen the delights of the recreational project so far. So I have been off camera since last stream working on this segment here. So these are some of the government buildings here, which we've had to sort of join a few together to get it to look fairly decent. And again, the issues we've got are with the height and terrain. So you can see down here, we need to work on this area here. We're going to need to try and level this all up to try and make it look a bit more realistic. Hello Noob Sins, welcome to the stream, how are you? So let's get started. I'm going to keep the simulation off. Good morning WJ, how are you? Biffa, wow, this is a turn up for the books. We have the famous Biffa in here. Welcome, my friend. I've just got myself a cup of tea, Biffa. I know you would fully approve of that. So the teas are all around. I'm hoping you've got one as you're editing or whatever you're up to today. So guys, yeah, I'm sure you're already well aware of, but check out Biffa. He does some fantastic videos. He's done some really cool ones with City Skylines. I've really been enjoying those traffic ones. Biffa, they're really fun to watch, and I imagine you probably lost a bit of hair during some of those episodes. Some of them look quite painful to do, but anyway, let's get back into Monaco. So today we are going to try and fill out this segment here. The next video, episode 22, will be out hopefully this weekend. I've just got to do a bit more editing on it. Enjoy the tea, and I've had mine. Excellent, great stuff, Biffa. Tea is what keeps us British people going, that's for sure. Tea is what makes the UK go round. Well, apart from Brexit, but hey, that's a different story that tea can't even resolve, unfortunately. Thank God they're pretty tough. I can imagine, yeah. Some of them I've watched. I mean, even from the thumbnails. Some of the thumbnails I look at and I'm thinking, boy, this is going to be painful to watch, even for me, let alone the poor sod who's actually going to try and fix it. So yeah, really fun idea that is. I like that. So to fix these sort of problems, what we have here is the height is obviously a lot different to this bottom side. We can't change things because that's Monaco. Monaco is painful in terms of its height differentials. So what we're going to do here is we're going to jump in. We're going to find the Monaco wall to start with. So it's going to be the network structure version. And what we're going to simply do is get a long line across. We're going to go in here as well and turn off collision, because otherwise we can be in a bit of trouble. And we're literally just going to do a wall all the way across to about there. Jump into the move it tool. And what we want to do here is we're trying to create a fake level change. So we'll probably come to about here where the terrain starts to move across. And we will do the same this side as well. We're going to need to high these up a bit, but we want to try and get it to a point where we can kind of differential the two heights. City Skylines is cool. It is noob. Do you play yourself? Okay, so you can see this needs to go right up here pretty much, but I look a little bit silly there, so I'm going to put it to about that height. Maybe a little bit higher. We don't want to get it so it looks silly from a distance. So it might be alright actually. We might be able to raise it up a little bit more. Ideally we want to have it so it goes across here so the height is the same. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to go into the pavements, and for this particular segment we're going to just use the standard Ronix pavements. You do? Oh, excellent. Have you got a particular build you're working on at the moment? So we're going to use the big ones, and we are going to drop this down, and this will help us adjust the line. So I'm happy for it to be about there. So we're basically creating an artificial height change here, just to hide the ugliness. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to raise this up a few lodges or bits, whatever you want to class them as. We're going to come over here. We're going to grab this and try and get it so it's a bit more in line with the rest. So something like that. And we're going to then align the height to this node. So now we know that that's all parallel to one another. These bits here, you can see because the building has been raised so much, we've actually lost some of the ground area here. But we can get around that. That's not a problem at all. So we are going to now copy this one, which we've already done. We know that's the right height, and we're pretty much just going to plop it in here next to it. We'll move that one across in a second. Same with this, and then right on this corner here as well. And I've got an idea what we can do for this bit, which will work quite nicely. I place in these skylines. Oh, nice. So let's move this over a little bit more. That's looking good. Okay, so we've already got this height change here in place. This bit down here, I'm literally just going to cover with the pavement filler, because we don't really mind if there's some height terrain differences. Like there's a little lump here, but I don't mind about that sort of stuff. That's fine. We can make do with that. What we don't want is to have any of the what's it called? Funny terrain around it. Okay, so that's that bit done. Let's now go and search for another Monaco item, which is going to be better, I think, to use here. We're going to grab the one from which Ivania's made for us, which is another wall. If I can find it. Here we go, the overpass one. So this is just because it's larger, so we'll put it over here first. I'm not sure, it might be a bit too big actually. No, that's okay, I think we can get away with that. So let's move this now over here. And it's just an item we can use to fill in a big space with something that's quite easy to place. So we're just going to do this so it just covers underneath this segment here. Perfect. So then we're just gonna, so we're basically just covering up this ugliness, like so. As you can see, look at that. It's already made a huge difference for this segment, which works quite nicely now. I'm happy with that. We could have done the Monaco wall around it, but what I have an idea for here is having a staircase going down. Probably one of these slimmer ones. So probably this one here. And again, we can just plop this perhaps in this gap here. Lower it down so it hides the ugliness. Something like that. But then what we will also do, I think, see if we can grab this node like so, and then just pull this across a little bit. Put it across so we can grab it, and then we'll put that just there. So now we've got a little staircase going down as well. So you can see it's really changed this bit now. From looking ugly and having a gap across it, there is still a gap there, but it's not too noticeable now. We could, I suppose, put something over that, but it's not too much of an issue here. You can see we've already got the two different terrains now, so this looks much better than what it did. And in fact, it's probably going to look better if we pull this all the way across, isn't it? Like so. And then we'll copy this one across to here. To something like that. And then again, we can go for some staircases down here. Let's see how easy this is going to be to do. It's not too bad. We need to go right down to the bottom though, so we might need some steeper ones. Perhaps, let's have a look. I think these are steeper, yeah. These are going to work better, I think. So do it so it touches the bottom of that floor there. That's almost okay. We want it to touch the bottom, but we still want to have some of this lot here. So I think that's probably as close as we'll get to it being realistically close. Let's have a look. Let's bring it up a little bit more. See, that there is perfect for that side. And it's not too bad there actually. I think we'll keep it like that. Great persistence on this project, Pug. Thank you. Thank you very much. Name is secondary. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, the project has been going for a little bit of time now, hasn't it, guys? But we are slowly making progress. I don't actually like that now. I'm going to change it to something like this. Has anyone in here been watching the project from the start? That'd be interesting to know, because it has been going for a long old time. Little staircase there going back down, I think will work quite nicely. And then we'll just finish off that bit on this corner here. So there you see, we can, oh, let's just move this across before I tell you the next bit. So there you go, so we've already changed the height now, we've managed to hide the ugliness here. It's just a simple, quick way of working with terrains really. Terrains are something that are quite difficult to work with in the game, but you can always get around things. It's not difficult to get around things. Right, let me load up Google Earth now to see what we need to do next. What's the next best bit? So I did start working on here, this little bit here, and I think we need to put a pathway across here because it's kind of messed up the terrain here. I want to hide these doors basically. 1 to 2 years or something. Oh nice, you've been watching from the start then, have you, secondary? Hey Raylon, how are you? How's your day going? Right, so what I want to do here, let's see if we can force this area down. Interesting. Right, let's see if this is going to work as anticipated. So, let's raise this up so it's level with that bit, which is probably going to be there, possibly. Drop this down. So it's a bit better, isn't it? I was just trying to get it a bit more level because it did go a little bit funny. And that's kind of cleaned that edge off there. So we're going to do the same again. We're literally just going to copy this piece, because we know it's the right height now, or thereabouts. And basically, let's pop it here first. And because these are paths as well, it means that pedestrians will walk across it freely, which is good. So we're just going to clean this area up here by doing this. If we didn't do this, we'd have like the messiness going around the area. So as you can see here, now we've got a clean solid line going across the buildings, whereas before we didn't have that. So that works quite nicely there. Right, let me have a look on Google Maps here. But anyway guys, for those of you who are watching and in the stream, let me know where you're from today. It's always nice to see where you're from. I know there's a few faces here that have been always regulars in the streams, but it's always nice to see where you new guys are from as well, and if you've followed the channel for long. Right, so I'm now looking at my monitor just to see what we can place next. So basically, let's have a look. So the courtyard here, which hey Chung, welcome to the stream. So there's a courtyard here which we'll work on a bit later. I'm not too fussed about doing that right at this moment. Little courtyard with some pavement. We can put some different... Actually, let's do that now whilst we're here. Let us put down... I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm not going to do decals. I'm going to go with some of these zoo paths. Amsterdam, the Netherlands as usual. Hey, Koopman. Good to see you again. So let's put that there. So this is... I'm basically going to trick the game to think that these are decals. Because what I want to do here is put that into the building here. Living in the Netherlands. Okay, noob. Does that mean you're not actually from the Netherlands? You're just living there for the time being? Courtyards. Let's do the same again. Let's come out of move it and put that there. And then just bend this around to there. So this is just a little courtyard area. I wanted to do it like this to make things look a little bit more different, I guess. There's some grass around the outskirts. Okay, so we can do that. Let's go and now jump into grass. I think we'll just put down... Okay, that's not going to work, is it? We could just leave it like that, to be fair. Let's just put the trees in. Let's just put the trees in. I think that's going to be better. It looks like it's basically a huge collection of these going around it. Some other planters as well. So let's just do that. Let's put these through. Hide this dirty segment here with the dirt. Put some more over this side as well. And we'll put a few larger trees in as well, like this oak tree here, and one more in this corner, maybe here. That will do, just to fill that gap in now. So that's the courtyard bit done. There's a few other little bits here as well with some trees, but we're just going to put the main part down first. Okay, so parking's done there. There's a bus bit here where buses park. So let's do that. Let's firstly. So this may be this stream may be a bit jumpy in terms of what we're working on today, because there's not really a direction we're going. We're just going to fill this whole space in today, ideally, if we can. Let's just get the brush size up and just go around here. Fill that bit in just there as well. Okay. Living in Portuguese. Okay. Let's force that down there as well. Okay, so good. So let me have a look. Is this area, so that's that part there. Got the church bit there, that's all good. Coming across to this bit, yeah. Okay, I know where that is. Well, I don't know where it is, Noob. I've not been before, but I know whereabouts that is from football, actually. Okay. We'll put some trees down here. I'm trying to work out what's happening in this corner. Looks like there's another building here. Another building here, and there's lots of plants and flowers on top of these roofs, which we can accommodate that as well. So let's have a look. So for now, let's just fill in that bit there as well. Not sure what building we're going to put in there. It's similar to these ones, I guess. It's almost like half of one of these, but typically it isn't half of one of those. So instead, let's move across here a little bit. So basically, it looks like this tier here is all another level of building. It's not actually grass or anything. It's actually all fully full of a building with a roof. It looks like, just looking on Google Maps here. So we class that as this hotel. Beautiful city. Not been, but I have seen, like I said, I've seen some images of it. It does look a very nice place to go. There's a lot of trees around this area from what I'm seeing. There's that bit, and then there's this massive building here, which does look quite similar. Now it's all there and working. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take advantage of that. We're going to also plop this in this corner here, just to fill this segment out. And maybe see what we've done here is we've got these bits, but technically these should have been a little bit higher up. Because this whole area here should be sort of roofs. We could add another layer. I mean, I like the idea of using those buildings there. Let's have a look what we've got to work with. Let's go back to the Monaco sets. So what's the biggest one? Is it this one? Two by 4. This one is one of the first ones. Okay. So let's go into PO time. Let's use PO to help us work this. The only downside is the colour stays as it is originally, so we can't change it to be white, but can we get away with that? I'm not too sure. Maybe instead, maybe we can instead copy these. Oh, didn't want to do that. Damn it. Try and put this back in now. Like that. And I assume there's another one there as well, which I've also accidentally deleted, so let's put that in as well. So now we're back on track. So yeah, I'm not too sure what we can do about this bit, because there is, it looks like there's still building around it. I mean, technically what we should be using is this building here and copying. Let's try this. Let's copy this. Hope it hasn't crashed the game. Okay, so would there be a way that we can just take the bottom segment of this building, or is it going to be a difficult one to PO? Let's have a look. Let's edit it and see what the see what it looks like. That trick with PO fascinating. Fascade is really cool. Thanks, Koopman. Yeah, it was. I think it was just basically, it's all down to experiments really. When I saw what you could do with PO, I pretty much tried everything I possibly could. and I liked the faces of those windows and was like, well, let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so this is taking a little bit of time because there is a lot of nodes to move here. I'm not sure if this is going to look any good, by the way, guys. I'm just going to see what it looks like once we pull this down. Have I pulled too much of it? I think I have. Yeah, okay, so let's start again. Let's paste it. Yeah, PO is kind of the mod that if you can't do it and move it, you jump to PO. And obviously PO has a lot of different features as well, which makes it a very different mod to that of move it. And together, you've got a perfect combination. Now, can I this time grab the right nodes? This might not be possible, guys. I'm just seeing what we can do here. So, I'm imagining that there. Let's see. That might have grabbed the right one. Let's have a look. Just takes a little bit more time to move down when there's so many nodes, it seems. The game obviously needs a bit more time to submit the actual requests. That might have worked. Let's get it all the way down so we're not missing anything here. Let's see. Now that has pretty much worked what I was hoping to do. So basically we took the roof off, and what we're going to try and do now is put another roof on top of it and just fill in this gap here. It's the same look and feel of this building itself, which is perfect. So let's see what we can do if we place this. Let's gotta copy that as well, just in case we cause ourselves problems with this one. So basically, we just want to fill in some of these gaps here now with this. So something like that, and then if we can move it down a little bit. We're just going to put a roof over this bit. And it's all just an illusion, really, this is, because... Okay, so we're going to have to move it a little bit. This is the only downside to POs when you're working on a model like this. It does cause a bit of time delay. So I'm going to basically put it to about there. We can bring this land down. It's not too bad. I think we probably want to move it across a bit. Let's go move to. So something like that. And then we'll find it again, go to edit. So it's going to give the illusion that this building is a lot bigger once we put a roof on it as well. So we want to go to Generalize Tool. We want to have a look over here now, because we're going to go to Tool. We're going to go to this arrow here. To about there. Looks good. So I'm happy with that. What we need to do now is, if it's possible, terrain form this down. If not, we'll have to put a path or something in it to force it down. I think, is this going to be possible? I think that's going to be alright like that. So we've got another little doorway there as well. So as long as it's enough to make it look realistic, that's fine. Now this corner here, we're not fussed because we're basically going to cover the whole of this area up. This is all going to be hidden basically. And how are we going to do that? We are going to use the ploppable asphalt. Well actually, yeah, asphalt, yeah. Hello Likewise Gamer, welcome, how are you? Ploppable asphalt, here we go. So we want to grab... This is the only downside, there's not a big cover one, is there? You have to do this all with little pieces. But it's fine. So what we want to do first is make sure we get the right height, which will be okay, we need to lay it down first, don't we? You're good, excellent, nice one. Okay, if I can actually grab it. Give me that node, there we go. So the best way to line it up is to overlap it to start with. Overlapping it to start with means you can then see whereabouts to put it. And I'm thinking that we do it a little bit lower than what it should be. Something like that. If we copy that, we can now keep the same height. And yeah, it's a good point actually, isn't it? Because that's going to look a bit silly there. Maybe we do need to do it high up. I'm not sure. It's one of those things where if you look around it, it's going to look a bit silly, isn't it? You're going to see the you can see the window. So let's instead, we will have to do it all the way to the top. City Skylines, how much detail are you going to put? Are you talking about the build, Bayron? Or is that a question to City Skylines, the game? This area should be this area is meant to be a lesser detailed area for me, but you can see it's difficult to reduce the lack of detail, especially when you're working on a project like this. We need to find something to fill those gaps in. That's not a problem. Too much, obviously. Oh, me, yes. Well, this is, remember, Vavon, this is the lesser detailed area. What are you currently building? This is one of the parts of Monaco. I think these are the government buildings, I think. So I'm just trying to fill this gap in and make it look more realistic. What is 99p to a Canadian dollar? I would not have a clue. Okay, so that looks a bit better. So basically, look, we're basically creating an extension, I guess, of this building, which is needed for what we're trying to achieve here. In fact, this whole thing is going to be covered anyway. So let's just do this all the way across. What time is it for you there now? So it's 11:30 in the morning, 11:30 a.m. for me. What time is it for you guys? Okay, so this might look a bit silly to start with, but we can make it work, I swear. Okay, so that's the extension section done now. 6:30 Malaysia. Oh, okay. So we almost want to put another roof here. 12:30. What's it for lunch day then, Koopman? What's on the agenda to eat? Okay, so that's not looking too bad. Now we've extended this building out. We need to put something in these gaps. We don't have to, but for me we need to because it's going to annoy me otherwise. So we might have to just use the Monaco blocks to fill these gaps in. It's going to be too much effort to do the walls. I think that's going to be the best option if we just plop some of these in. Doesn't look quite the same, but hey. $6:30 a.m. Blimey. So, as I say, colour doesn't quite suit, but it's going to fill the gaps in and make it look a little bit more appealing. I suppose that doesn't actually look too bad. You can kind of get away with that. We'll do the same here. Just plop another one there. Another one there. Don't do that because it's annoying. I just had some bread with marmalade and a cup of coffee. Oh, nice. Nice and chilled then. Do you like Marmite? I do. I'm a big fan of Marmite. I know it's one of those things, as the advert says, you either love it or hate it, but yeah, I'm very fond of Marmite. Okay, so that's actually looking pretty good now. I'm quite pleased with that. We're going to cover some of these areas with trees. This area here looks like, okay, so there's going to be, got that building there. This should have really come out a little bit more around this corner, so we could do that, I guess. Kind of goes, it's not that, yeah, some grass areas here, some trees. I think we'll just go with the flow with this segment. Don't want to do too much like for like. Let's just refer back to the Google image here. I think we can get away with just keeping it as it is. Put lots of trees around this area. There is like seating area all around here, which is pretty cool. There is something in this area which is almost like a domed face building, which probably, if we had the time, we could try and see if we could just plop in, which one was it? Was it this? Which one had the dome out of the buildings we had? It's almost like it's that bit there, you see in the middle. Could plop something like that down. Let's put that there for now. to be fair, it actually looks like this. Believe it or not, the building we've already used, that top side does actually look like it. So let's use that. So I'll click PO. Hopefully we get a function. There we go. So interestingly, yeah, it is this roof that we can use. So what we're going to do, we're going to plop it down. Going to go here, we're going to go to edit. We're not going to do any editing of it. All we're doing is going to raise it, well, lower it down. So if we look from up above, it's probably going to be around there, perhaps. Let's go back into edit. Position. Right. So can we? Aha, that's actually pretty close. We can lower it a tiny bit to hide those blue bits like that. That actually looks pretty close to what I'm seeing on the screen, which is really good. So let's try that with it being moved. Let's drop this down. So it goes to about here, I'd say. Like that. Now that actually doesn't look too bad. It's probably a little bit higher up than what it really is, but it still works for me. So what we're going to do now, firstly we're going to save it, because we haven't saved it yet. Okay, give it a bit of a save. Once that's saved, we're going to add in some table and chairs around this segment. And I think this area here is going to fill in quite nicely and quite quickly based on what we've already done. What area are you building on? So this area here, let me see if I can show you on the other monitor whilst it's still saving. Okay, let's jump over here. Let's go to Google Maps. So we're building this bit here. So this is the main harbour section here. We're working on the bit right by the casino square. This is a casino square. And we're just working on this bit here. So this bit here is the building we just put down to get that sort of dome look. This is already the one we had, which we've changed the roof for, and now we're just going to start placing down these sort of chairs and windows, sorry, chairs and tables, etc. And then this area here, which is a bit bigger on ours, but that's fine. We're just going to fill that in with some garden area, lots of trees around here, so you can almost see. Can you do it like this? Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? You can almost see it together there. So it's not too bad now, it's getting there. I'm kind of pleased how that's come out now. Based on what we've got to play with anyway. Okay, so that's saved. Let's now go and get some tables. So they are proper tables up here. I think these might be a bit... I suppose we could get away with these. There's going to be less assets to be using then as well. Once we've got a set in place, we can then just copy and paste them across. So let's put that there, copy that, a few more there. So we'll do some sort of dinner tables across this segment, but I'm also going to do some just standard little tables around as well. Maybe you can use these ones actually, so they've already got the umbrella with them, although they're not the best of colours really, are they? Bright yellow here. We'll scrap that and we'll just place it by hand, I think. Where's just some standard white ones? We can go with these. Okay, low tries on these. So one more down, there we go. We'll just basically copy these across now. We'll do a few in this area as well, just scattered around. And we're going to do a counter. Anything else we can use? That'll do, I think. Could save time and just do that. So we'll do one bar bit there, and we'll do another one in this corner here. And then we'll chop some umbrellas in. We ideally just want the plain ones. So I'm guessing these. Is there any plain whites? Here we go, plain white. Perfect. They all seem to be white up here. Thanks, Thomas. Is that the area's name? Is it? Appreciate that if that's the actual name. I'm glad you noticed where it is anyway. It's always a bonus. So not going to go overkill on these umbrellas. Just enough to cover the area. I think that's probably enough, isn't it, to cover this? Let's do a few here. And then we want some planters just to brighten the area up a little bit. Now, so these ones raise up. I always forget which ones raise and which ones don't. Let's go to a medium. It's recognisable. Oh, excellent. Thanks, Thomas. That's very nice of you to say. Okay, so these ones, these will raise up, so we can definitely use those. I'm guessing what I'm looking for instead then is flour. So we got those ones, we got these ones. And I think there were some other ones, wasn't there? It's raining. It's raining where? Rain is something quite common to what I tend to see, so not such a big thing for me in England. These are the ones I was looking for. These new ones. Were these done by Armesto maybe? In the Netherlands. Well, it looks like it might be raining here soon as well, so okay, so I think this is the one which raises up. So these are all bits that we can put up there. Just a case now of dropping them in, really. So the first thing we're going to do is highlight them all and get it to the same height as a table, because then we know which ones are going to work for us. So these don't raise. I thought they did. It's a shame, so we can get rid of those anyway. Well, rain is more like drizzle. Nobody likes the rain. UK and Dutch weather is very similar. That is true, Koopman. That is very true indeed. We are all sufferers here, aren't we? I'm going to move that across a little bit. Okay, so that flower looks right there. Put these bushes on the outskirts here as well then, just to cover the area up. It also covers up these dodgy bits as well. Nothing better than covering up the bad work that you've done with bushes. Best way, that is. Sufferers. That is true. I'm just going to divide a few bits off here with the bushes. So that's not looking too bad now. It just brings a bit of light to the area. I think we'll end up using these ones as well. You see, you don't have to really do much either, just to bring an area to life. Like, this is very basic placing of items. It's not even like we're doing a lot here. I do want to hide this bit here though, so I'm going to go for something like this. We're going to put some trees in there. We could probably, the good thing about this is even though this is now fake, we can now, I'm hoping, go to our palm trees and plop in some of the smaller ones. And look, it actually almost looks like it's the right height for this area. So we can put another one about, what, here? Maybe one there. We'll put a little planter box around it. And there. So then all we've got to do is go to planter. We'll just find a basic one here. Something like that sort of size is probably good enough. And then we'll copy it. We'll get to the right height. And that's it. Simple as that. It's just these little details that bring areas to life, and I know I'm probably detailing a little bit too much for what I need to be doing in this area, but because it's still a focal point area, I still wanted to make it look good, because this is still a nice backdrop for the front of the area, well, for the entrance anyway. So the only other thing I want to do now is pop some of these plants around. Just separating some of these areas again. So who else watching enjoys a bit of detailing? Are any of you in here detailers, or are you more just an enjoyer of playing the game its proper way? Well, I say proper way, there's no proper way of playing it, but the way it was intended to be played. So I do want to try and cover this bit up here. Have we got any bushes that we can use that are props? This could work. Let's have a look. Almost. Could almost look like it's overhanging, couldn't it? That's better. This looks like a huge flower bed now. Detailing all the way. Excellent, Koopman. I thought so. I thought that would be you. So I think we'll just put a little bit here as a flower bed area. And I think that's that section done, to be fair, guys. That's not too bad. It's detailed enough that we can get away with it. It's not overpowering. I think that's alright. So we're going to put some trees and bushes in this corner. Let's do that. Do that now. Cluster bushes are just easier to use, less props are being used, and we can proper fill in an area. And also sort of secludes this area as well next to the hotel, which is good. I think I haven't played the game as intended by developers for 2 years. I think there's a lot of people like that, me included. So the question is, what do we do here? I think we just fill it up, don't we? Just put lots of flowers around. I'm going to use this planter in this corner. Put that there. We'll just follow this round, I think. Hey Populio Destroyer, welcome back. How are you today? So back to Monaco, I see. Yes, we're switching between the new series, map design, and back to Monaco as well. Because there's obviously a lot that we need to do in Monaco. So I don't want to, you know, lose track on how well we've progressed in Monaco. Monaco certainly has taken a lot of progress recently, which is really good. Been really enjoying getting back into Monaco as well. Let's just go with something like this. So I think this is probably going to be all we'll do for this segment. I hope you're doing well. I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. Good that you guys are here to join me on this stream as well. It's always good to be streaming with people actually wanting to watch you, which is always good. But also you guys are good here to give me some advice as well on how things are going. So like I say, it's always very welcome to have you guys on board. Now what I'm going to do here is, because this kind of drops down into a little area, I guess, what we can do, we've already got stairs here, but I like the idea of having some stairs leading up to here, if it works. So we could do something like this. I might have to use a steeper one. Let's go with the steeper ones instead. I love City Skylines. There's a lot of people who do. There's a lot of people that do love the game. And everyone loves it in its own way as well. There's a lot of reasons to love the game how you love it. But someone else might love it for a different reason, which is what's so fascinating about this game. Okay, so we've got steps going up to here as well. We get away dropping a bit more. If we go, excuse me. You have to excuse me today, guys. The change in pressure in the air in the UK has kind of brought out my asthma a little bit. So I may sound a bit bunged up, a little bit out of breath. That's not down to the game or my lack of fitness. That is purely down to my asthma, which is all fun and games if you're an asthma person. Sufferer, I guess, is probably the proper term to use. There we go, perfect. Look at that, bringing out this segment here. So now all we're going to do is pretty much just fill the whole of this bit out with trees. We're going to make it seem like there's a pathway all the way around both sides. I don't think I'm going to put an actual pathway in though. Going to put some grass down though. Just because it covers the area up a bit better. Although probably not there, because then you can't actually get into the building. So like that. I think we probably will still put a path all around it. Let's have a look. So we've got this path here. I'm guessing we can use. Nope, that's messed up. That's the wrong one anyway. This is the one we want. Because it doesn't actually affect the terrain as well, which is perfect. So let's see if we can grab that. We basically just want this to just clip against this side. Like that. Perfect. So let's go, we could do that I suppose, then pull this back across. There we go, this gives it a little more of a realistic look then. And obviously we need to add a palm tree or two, wouldn't be the same without. Let's go palm tree, and we'll go for the smaller ones I think, around the edge. Actually no, we'll go for a large one. Just throw a few in here and there. Okay, so that's filled out of that segment a bit better. That goes there. Not done yet. Hello, hello. Welcome. How are you today? So you haven't missed a huge amount not done. We've I've done most of this, well I've done the majority of this off camera, so we're now just sort of detailing this segment here. We've extended this building with procedure objects, so the building normally was this size. We've then stuck this all the way around, cutting bits out, and then put the dome on top. And what else have we done? We've now filled in this area here, little walkway area. We've worked on some of the terrain difficulties here by putting the walls in place. And yeah, we're getting there now. We certainly are getting somewhere. So this segment actually already is looking quite fulfilled. What goes over here though? That's a question, isn't it? Let's have a look on the map. Okay, so we've got that bit. Damn it, is it close to 1 year this map? It's over 1 year now, I think. Not done. Let me have a look. When was the first episode released? Let me have a quick check on my YouTube. So let's go to my playlists. Let's go to Project Monaco. So the trailer for the series came out in the year 2017, December. So we're talking nearly 2 years in the making. I mean, the first ever episode came out what was that? The 2nd of January was the first ever episode of Monaco, 2018. So over a year now. So technically, I'm guessing we're a year and 4 months, year and 5 months in, is where we're pretty much at. So yeah, there's been a lot of it's one of those things, isn't it? There's been a lot of progress in terms of the hours put into it, but some people may look at it and think there's not been that much done over a year. But you know, it's a very detailed project. It's working for me. We've got a bit more done than we would have done normally, and you know, a bit more time has been going into Monaco recently. So I think we're doing all right. I think we're getting somewhere anyway. We certainly have made a lot of progress. Well, visually, a lot more progress has been made as of late. Can we squeeze this in, or is this going to look silly? I think Monaco must be close to one of the longest serving series. I think $2.20 must hold that record for his Springwood series. But I think Monaco is still one of the longest serving series, maybe. I'm not sure. It's certainly got to be one of the top 5. Reasonable time spending when you're detailed. That is true. That is very true. Okay, so there is a little road here that pans off. So we also did this little garden area as well. I did this off camera to fill in this gap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a one-way road and hopefully just plop it there. No, is that not going to work? Is it because we used the wrong bit? I think it was. There we go. So we're going to basically put that in there. I like that you're not going over there and keeping the detail on high level. Yeah, that's. I mean, I must admit, it's high detailed, but the housing areas I'm not going to be doing as detailed. I mean, this is as detailed as it will get. You know, I put a few little bits here and there around, but the buildings at the back here are more of fillers. You know, it's like a background drop for the series. It's not really. There's not really much interesting going on around here, apart from the fact that how amazing it looks slowly climbing up the mountains. So the main detailing areas, obviously these front segments, that's where a lot of detail is going to be, and it already is, as you can see. But yeah, we're not going to go over the top. With the whole thing, it'll just become a bit of a pain, I reckon. And you know, eventually the game will stop working because there'll be too much going on. So yeah, these bits, I'm guessing this is classed as medium to high detail. Obviously these segments are extremely high detail, so it is what it is. We're just working with what we're able to achieve, I guess. Okay, so that bit there, where was we? We was doing this road here. So one trick I have found for Monaco, which works quite nicely with Monaco actually, is using the was it these? These things, the curb networks. So these are becoming quite a good item for me to be using when it comes to detail in Monaco. The reason for that is it's low try counts. No, you know, the assets themselves, these are classed as network structures, so not using loads of props, which is going to kill the game, which is perfect. and it fills a big space very quickly and looks decent in my opinion. So we'll carry on using these sort of tricks to quickly fill out areas and make it look more detailed than perhaps it actually is. Let's put that there. I think this will go right up against the wall. Where's that other node gone? Is that it? Or is that the road? So we'll do that just to bring out this. And again, we can just use the same sort of pattern as we've been using already for these bushes. Let's just highlight the trees. You see, we filled this area in a matter of seconds now. Oh, didn't mean to press that, don't crash. Okay, so that's definitely come alive now, that area. And I'm probably going to do the same in this corner here, but it's not going to be as heavily detailed. Literally just going to plop that in here, I think. Can you show me the pool, please? Which pool do you want to see? There's a lot of pools here, I think. Ramon, which one are you talking about? You're on about the famous pool on the strip, the one with the, where was it? Where the Formula 1 cars pass. The Monaco swimming pool, sure. So this is the Monaco Swimming Club. I need to ignore the, actually let me just change that now. Theme has changed slightly because I've been using a different theme in my new series. So let me just go theme mixer. Let's go to ruined. I think it's going to be gravel. Yeah, okay. I think it's that one. So yeah, here's the pool. And obviously here is the harbour itself, Port Hercule. So yeah, I think this came out quite nicely. One of the creators who made this done all the log flume and diving board, etc. So I think it looks pretty good, very close to the real thing. So yeah, I hope that answers your question or your request, Ramon. Fantastic track it is. I can't wait to do the Formula 1 track around it, but let's build the rest of Monaco first. But that will be the I'm impressed by the tower. it's really good, isn't it? Really well done, that is. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing the Formula 1 track around this eventually. Not yet. I want to build up the whole of Monaco first, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. But that will be the finale of the series, pretty much. It's going to be the transformation of the Formula 1 track, which I cannot wait to do. It's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to build this series, to be fair. I've got some really fun ways in which we're going to achieve this as well. Tree as well. Can never go wrong with some palm trees. That's okay, Ramon. No worries. So if you want to request to look anywhere, if I've already built it, you're more than welcome to have a look at it. We can always do a little tour in say 15 minutes if people want to see how far we've got. I need to try and hide this bit of the bush. Let's have a look. A couple of these here, can we just cover that little segment? Then we probably want to put a planter down. That. The Monaco GP circuit is challenging to drive, but honestly it's my least favourite track on TV because you're watching the most expensive train of cars. That is true, Thomas. If the Monaco Grand Prix has got such a big hype because of how amazing the area is and how expensive everything is, but the race itself, other than the fact that they are trying to get past each other, is never as thrilling as an actual purpose-built course. But I mean, it's the I guess it's the whole fact of it being Monaco that makes it so appealing, isn't it? But yeah, I think if you ask a proper Formula 1 fan, I'm not a full, I'm not a proper Formula 1 fan. I just enjoy some aspects of it. But if you asked a fan of Formula 1, they probably would say Monaco isn't as enjoyable as others. But I may be wrong. Each their own, I guess. Let's find another song. Get a bit of jazz going, shall we? The track isn't that dangerous as in the 90s. Now there's protected barriers and many safety curbs. Earlier, that is true, Ramon. It's definitely changed, isn't it, since back in those days where it was almost like a death trap race course. Okay, so I'm going to do the same here with the network curbs. So let's grab this segment. I think this will look better if we do it up against it. Also, we can hide some of these bits. I can't remember the last race which Oliver Panis run. No, I wouldn't know, I'm afraid. Just out of interest, guys, who here is only really following the series, Monaco series, because they are a Formula 1 fan? Okay, that's not looking too bad, is it? We can then do the same again. Let's get some of these trees. And then we'll put those in like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. That works. And once there's people moving around here, etc., it'll obviously look a lot better. Let's also put down some park generators as well. I never know if these are going to work. That's a beautiful city skyline. Thank you, Patel. Should we do a little tour, guys? Do you want to see a little tour of Monaco so far? Because I think we've kind of, other than doing this little bit here, this segment is pretty much done now. So perhaps some of you want to see a tour. No, I'm also following the series because I were 4 times in my life there. Add to the course my Formula 1 passion, but the place is definitely one of the best places on earth. Oh, excellent, Ramon. That's good to hear. I'm hoping I'm doing Monaco justice because, you know, picking a location such as Monaco to build on and try and replicate is, you know, a huge challenge in itself. Being such a beautiful city or country, sorry. But yeah, it's interesting to know why you guys are following, what your reason is. Is it just a city skylines passion, or do you enjoy the location? Because I know there's been a lot of people who've joined and followed the series who don't even know what city skylines is. They're just really intrigued to see what I'm able to do in the series, which is really cool. You can start a tour by the Paris or Saint Devote. I'm going to have to work out where those places are, Ramon. Good evening, I just came from school. Hey Cardani, how are you? How was school? How did you get on today? Have I ever been to Monte Carlo? I've never been to Monaco at all, Ramon, so this is all being done from Google Maps, research, photos, yeah, literally all from materials online. I do plan to go at some point, hopefully this year, if not next year, so we'll see. Hello Thomas, hello, how are you? So we haven't actually started on that part yet, Ramon. The I guess you mean the palace, the Prince's Palace of Monaco. That area hasn't been done yet. It's there in the waiting, as you can see. That's where the area is you're talking about, I believe. So this will be completed at some point. But yeah, we started off with here, the harbour area. Now, did I just save it? I can't remember. I'm going to save it again just in case, because I'm going to try and up the quality of the game so we can see it in all its glory. It's going to be very laggy, so be warned, but that's only purely for showing off. So ignore the lag here, guys, but I want to show you how detailed this looks and how amazing these assets are from the guys from the workshop as well, because the work they do is just incredible. Right, let's go for it, shall we? Let's change up the resolution to 250. I'm not going to risk 300, but yeah. So yes, we started with this area. Here you can see the main front of the harbour. You can see now we're slowly getting that skyline in. It's slowly coming. And I love the look of these mountings as well. They look so nice. Let's get some of the sun back in here, shall we? Let's make it look more like Monaco. So we've done that. We've also got the Monaco Boat Club here, which is a very nice model made by Semfcon from the workshop. You can see the different tiers we're now creating. I just realised where that piece went. That's that piece we lost earlier. Let's get rid of that. Delete. Okay, let's go back. So yeah, Monaco Boat Club here, which looks fantastic. Got the casino in the background over here, the tunnel for the Formula 1. So the Formula 1 track itself is already built, so to speak. I was there in 2016 at the race weekend, but I haven't got tickets, so I had to go up to the Palace Monaco because you had no chance to look at the track. Okay. Ah, so you can go up there and watch the Grand Prix. Is there a lot of people there? Is it quite a busy location for everyone to try and go and watch the Formula 1? Pug, have you already built the palace? No, Thomas, not yet, no. There was a creator starting it who was making a custom model for me, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to complete it for me, so we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Got the Japanese gardens down here. Got the conference centre. Lots of hotels. You've got the beach, which the colour of the beach is meant to be different, so ignore that. That's just the theme change that I've done. So yeah, things are really starting to shape up, and I love this view here. When you look down, you see the hotels, the different heights. Obviously, once we've got the backdrop behind it as well, it's going to look really, really nice. Let's drop it back down to 100% so we can actually play the game. And let's move back over to where we were. So, I was there last year at the weekend. Oh, nice. At the Formula 1, that's cool. So I'm basically just going to fill all this out now with trees to fill out some of these bits. I'm not too fussed now. So we need to find a building to fit in this gap here now. Alright, let me just jump back into Google Maps and have a look where we're at. So we kind of need like a little corner building here, don't we? What corner buildings are there that we can fit in that gap? Do we have any named as corner? So we've got this one, but it's a little bit too big. It's almost like a 45-degree angle, isn't it, this corner? Something like that could work. Let's put this down for now. That's not going to be sharp enough. I think that might be the one we use here. Where is the background music? Is it a playlist? This is, I use, let's just put this down quickly. So it's a playlist, but it's a playlist from a company I use for free, for what's it called, for paid music. I think you can probably still listen to it. Let me try and find out if I can get you a link. I'm not sure if this will work for you because I'm a member of this this company. But if you try that link there, maybe you can see it. Let me know, Ramon. Try that link and let me know if it works for you. I'm not sure if you have to be a member of the group or you can just listen to it randomly. You might be able to listen to it and not download it. Maybe that will be what's allowed. Let me know. Now this actually works quite nicely now. And look at that. Built for Monaco because it's got the Monaco branding on it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Ramon. Yeah, that's what I use for all of my videos to get my own music. You know him. Okay, cool. Well, let me know if the link works and you can actually listen to it. I assume you probably can, but I guess it just can't. It just doesn't allow you to download the music. That's actually a really nice looking building. And it fits kind of well. Fits nicely in the corner. What we could do is move it down to about there. And if we can go down a little bit more to about there, that looks a little bit better. It's working. Oh, nice, excellent, Ramon. Yes, I've literally just been playing from the start of this playlist. Okay, so that kind of messes up this part, but we can now raise this up. It's working, awesome. Raise this up like that and drag this out a little bit. Okay, that's good. So there's a gap here, which we could look to fill out. So what's that one called I just found? Just new asset. It's a shame there's not an extra little bit we can put on the corner here. Perhaps we just leave it like that. Perhaps we do that. And we just add some trees in the middle. Just fill it like this. Get a planter. It's a bit on a steep hill though, isn't it? Let's see which one we can get away with using. May have to be one of these tubular ones. So let's do that. There we go. So that fills that gap in nicely, and we kind of now have done what we wanted to do today. That's all nicely filled in. Did I just see a Formula 1 object? Can you show the model? You're on about this? You're on about this bit here? Ramon? The artwork, do you mean? So I've had some buildings made for me for the series. Not sure if that's the one you mean, but let me know. Yeah, the artwork. Yeah, I think it's part of the building. I'm not sure if this ever has been released on the workshop. I need to find out who made it actually. But yeah, that's one of, you can find. I've actually seen these on Google. If you search for Monaco Formula 1 artwork, they have these posters on there. I think these are the old posters they used, you know, pre. Some little details are amazing. Oh, definitely, yeah. But these are actually real posters that they were using during Monaco Grand Prix, like, you know, many moons ago, many years back. So we need to fill this bit in as well, don't we? So we need to put something here, maybe some planters again, some palm trees. That's probably gonna be the best solution. Maybe we probably could just copy some of these bits. Okay, so it's quite a high area here. We can use these. Just gonna have to move it to accommodate the look of it. Let's do something like this. I don't want to go too crazy on this. It's just to fill in this area. We go to props. Now we should be able to raise these up. Annoyingly, it's brought through some of these ones. We don't need that one. That can go. We don't need that one. That can go as well. Supercar Spots even. How are you? What are you working on? So today we have been working on the area close to the Casino Square. Let me just fill this out. me just finish this bit. Give you a quick demo of what we've been doing today. And it looks quite good like that actually. Let's do something like this. Let's turn that around and then we'll pick up hopefully the tree. Let's move that in. Let's move that in. And that. Okay, they're props. Good, thanks. No, excellent. Glad you're well. How's your day been? What you been up to? Just trying to grab this bit here. Is that it? Nope, it's not one of those. There we go. Grab that. And then move that mulch over a bit. Oh, I've gone too high, you can see the shadow. Okay, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. So these bits I'm just going to keep as they are. So we've been working on this bit today, Supercart Spot. So Casino Square is over here. We just worked on this segment here, which has some of these government buildings. I think they're government buildings. Someone in chat can let me know if not. And just been filling out this segment, so we're just trying to slowly build our way into Monaco's sort of main area. But yeah, as you can see, lots and lots of cars are now trying to flood their way in to be a part of the new housing area that we've been developing in this corner here. So as you can see, we've got 10,000 people here now in Monaco, whereas what, 2 or 3 episodes ago we had about 40. So it's nice to see people now are moving into the area. So we're going to try and get it to be as realistic as possible in terms of the numbers of people. But I think we're going to stream for another 15 minutes, guys, and then we'll call it there for today. It's coming up to 1 PM, which is lunchtime for me. But I think we have done what we wanted to do today. We have completed this area here, so we've got a lot now to look down on. It's really starting to come alive. Thanks, Supercar. Very kind of you to say. So we have used our imagination a little bit, like here for example, this isn't as it is in Monaco, but you know, we can't get things perfect, and it's also, you know, I want to put my own flair into this. I can't obviously do too much because this is Monaco. We can't pretend that Monaco is what it is without copying it. So I think what we're doing so far is working. I've had a lot of nice comments from people who actually are from or been to Monaco, saying it's a good representation, which is key to what, you know, what I'm trying to do here. So that's good. But yeah, I think it's coming along nicely now. Okay, let's finish off today by putting some decals down. So I want to try and rough up some of these areas. So we're going to go to, let's use the stain ones. These are normally my favourite go-to ones. And obviously the difficulty here is we're going to place something down and then we've got to try and find it. And then bring it all the way up to the surface. And then find the right position for it. Which will be something like that. And I mean, just look at that. That just changes the whole look of this area here. Just roughs it up a little bit, and we can do the same with the roofs as well. I'm not sure if we'll use that one. I'm not sure. Shall we? Just by adding some of these little bits here, look, we can really change the look of the area, but we're not doing a lot. Just rough things up, it makes it look a little bit more realistic. Because at the moment it looks a little bit too clean. Not anywhere, even Monaco is not this clean in terms of its pathways and all that. So just doing this to a certain degree. Does add to it. The same here as well. So you see I'm just selecting areas. I'm not doing anything, you know, there's no pattern to this, it's just okay, that looks like it should be a bit more worn there. And just seeing what looks good. Obviously where the cars are parking, you imagine there'd be a bit more of this around. And on the roads as well, just gives a little bit of a different look. Depending on how high the area is, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the decal to get to where you need it to. Like then, I had to hold it down for quite some time until I actually decided to change and show itself. Okay. Off, it's been a long time since I watched one of Per Gamer's stream. Hey Super Gamer. Unfortunately you've come near the end. Yeah, we're pretty much ending it now, I'm afraid. That time I had an older account. Okay, what was your old account name? I'm sure I'll remember you when you tell me. That time I had an old account. Okay, yeah. Let's have a look. Stains. So I think let's put one down first. We're not going to obviously keep it this bright. We're going to reduce it down. But look, just by adding like little bits like that, sort of showing the wear and tear of the roof. Perfect. The skits. Oh, okay. Yes, I do vaguely remember your name. Yeah, I'm not very good with names in general, but welcome back. And like I say, unfortunately, you're coming at the tail end of this stream. But you'll notice I have been doing quite a lot more recently, so hopefully you can join us in the next one, which I'll probably try and do one more this week if I'm able to. We're pretty much just finishing off here now. Your computer is basically dead inside. What, from all the detailing? Probably not far off. Just add a few little bits here. So I'm not doing it to all of it, as you can see. It's just a few little bits along the roof, so we're just adding some of this along. That intersection looks really bland. Which intersection do you mean? I remember you were doing the Walking Dead series or something like that. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did that. Completed that. That was probably a year ago, I think. I probably last done that. There are no road markings. Yeah, there's that. Are you on about down here? I've not done any of these bits yet, no. This needs a bit of time to work on, but it's one of those things. I'm thinking, do I bother going into that much detail along those areas? I think that's going to be a decision that I have to make at some point, not right now, because this road here should all be, that should be road concrete. I'm not sure if I can do that. For example, this segment here. Is all meant to be the same colour with road markings. So yeah, there are things like that need to be done. I'm not going to do it all over. I probably will do it on the bits that are going to be showing off certain areas. I suppose we should really fill this bit in as well, shouldn't we? Let's do that then, guys. We've got sort of 10-15 minutes left. Let's fill in this part before I go. I think so. We've got that bit there, yeah. So it's basically just the pathway across here. So I'm guessing really it's just going to be a filler of this. I want to try and change it up a little bit because it looks a little bit too samey. Fill in those bits there. Right, let me have a look at Google Maps at this area. Okay, let's jump in. That years ago, it was when you had like 1k or 5k subs. Oh, was it? Yeah. Yeah, that's quite some time ago then. Can't replicate this exactly because it's a lot different to that, but let's go and just copy this, what we've already done, and put it on here. Yeah, I think when I did The Walking Dead, it probably was over a year ago now. It was before, actually it's probably 2 years, wasn't it? Because it was before I started working on Monaco. So yeah, quite some time ago now. Not sure where that time's gone, but yeah. Hey Jazza. So yeah guys, if you also are a fan of the channel and you want to jump into our Discord, the Discord is where we have communications, chats about the series, you know, all sorts of stuff goes on in there. You can speak to me privately as well. I'm always happy to do so. Hey Mac Welshman. Let me get an invite thing going. So if you fancy jumping into our Discord and having a chat to us all, get teasers of Monaco, the new series, you can use that link there to do so. 2 or 3 years ago, yeah, you're probably right. It probably is about 2 to 3 years. It was when The Walking Dead was a good series as well. It's kind of tailed off a little bit now, isn't it? It was 2 years. That was it. Excellent. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of another way to fill out this area a bit better. Suppose it works like it is. Just fill in this bit. So if you want to jump into Discord, guys, use that link there. You can come on in. Show us your builds as well. There's a group, well, there's a page there where you can post your own screenshots. It's always good to see what everyone else is building. I want to find they're not umbrellas, what are they called? Awnings, I think. Hey Marco, welcome to the stream. What are they called? Have I placed them somewhere? I think I placed them over here. Here we go. I guess it's the prop part of that, is it? No, that's the shop. Where is it then? Why can't I pick that out? That's the one. That's what I wanted. So just to fill out this area here, because it's looking a little bit bland as it is. Just going to plop some of these down. Just to make it seem like there's a shop here as well. No, I think that's probably enough to fill that area, isn't it? Anyways, I'm going to go. Have a good day. Cheers, Super Gamer. Welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. As I say, it's probably going to be. We'll probably end it very shortly anyway. I need to go and get some food. But yeah, I think we made some good progress today. We completely filled this segment in here now, next to the beautiful Mac Welshman's buildings. So it is slowly being built up, and we're getting a lot of different levels of tiers now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of different tiers. So as soon as we build up that more and more, we will slowly get a nice look to Monaco. We're certainly getting it over here. We're slowly building up in these hills here, and we're getting some nice views now. Can't wait for it to all sort of hide over in the hills, and we get the sort of French settlements up in the hillside as well. That's when things are going to start to take shape very nicely. But I think we're doing well. We're doing well. Everything's coming together at the moment. I'm going to give it a quick save. If there's anywhere you guys want to have a look on the game, what I've built so far, we can have a little journey around. Otherwise, we'll call it there. Give it a save. And also, guys, if you're a fan of UK builds, for example, I am slowly working towards a new series, which is going to be purely a UK build. It's going to be a bit more of a rural build, sort of countryside, villages, small towns, rather than the big industrial sort of buildings and cities that you may see already. We're going to go for something a little bit more quieter, and yeah, hopefully that'll be another good series to work on. I'm going to try and alternate the two, so hopefully one week we can do a Monaco build, next week will be the new series, but we're still working on the map for the new series, and if you have not caught any of that, you can also do so via the via my YouTube channel. Go to the reruns of the recent live streams. You'll be able to see how the map is developing, but yeah, that's certainly getting somewhere at the moment. So yeah, I think we'll call it that. It's 1 o'clock, time for me to get some food. If there was enough of you about this afternoon, I may try and get back on, but I'm not promising anything because I'm not too sure what's going to pan out for the rest of today. But if that's all from you guys, thank you all very much for joining. If you if you want to be part of the Patreon gang as well to get little bonuses and extras, there's a Patreon channel for you there. As soon as a video is ready, it will be put onto the Patreon group, and you'll be able to see the game being played. Well, you'll be able to see the episode before the public do as well, so you get to see that a bit earlier. Also goes towards building up the channel, new hardware, etc. So if you're around and you fancy doing so, it's only $1 I think for the lowest one, which will get you the early access footage as well. So that's that one. That's my little shout out for you guys. So on that note, I will end the stream. Thank you all very much, guys, for watching. Watch out, this weekend will be the next episode of Monaco. Patrons will get that probably tomorrow, if not the day after. So if you're a patron, you'll be able to see that sooner. I'm actually going to go now and record the voiceover for that and then upload it to YouTube, hopefully this evening. So if you want to do so, do that. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you in the next video or the next stream. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and all the best. Catch you again soon, guys. Catch you later.